Okay.
Lifestyle.
Actually, today I'm at my house today, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And that's a surprise. You're not usually at your house.
That's true, because I work a lot. I mean, I do work a lot. And actually, this is Matt, in case you don't know. Matt's been with me for you haven't been with me. Well, you have been with me. No, I'm not sure. It's our 7th, 8th year we've known each other.
Yeah. 7 and a half.
And you just kind of come and go, and then every year we do a lot of videos.
Yeah.
Like today, we're supposed to do a video.
Yeah.
I guess around 2:30, 3:30.
We started it.
We started.
The camera ran out of battery.
A lady came to me. She had Lyme disease. Actually, a man came in with Lyme disease, and a friend had Lyme disease. And I know the friend very well. I told the friend, listen, if you stay with me, if you come to my program, my 30-day program, I will feed you for free for 30 days.
Yeah.
And I can almost guarantee you should see results with your Lyme disease.
Yeah.
And she said no. And the guy said the same thing. They didn't want to hear about food. In my mind, I said, Lyme disease is no big deal. I said that to Matt. And Matt said, Lyme disease is no big deal. You know what he said?
What did I say?
No.
That's what I said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I said...
Explain to your situation, go ahead. Lyme disease, in my opinion, why is no big deal. Matt's opinion, why is no big deal. Go ahead. I'll let you talk.
I think it's a big deal because I think it becomes a big deal because people blow it up in their minds, or they go to a doctor, or because it's just like they hear all these stories about it. There's just so much fear mongering about not only the Lyme disease spirochete, but also the deer ticks that
Right.
carries for them.
Do deers get Lyme disease, by the way?
Deer?
They don't get Lyme disease.
Well, the thing is, it's the deer that carry the spirochete.
Right.
But there's so many of these like so-called diseases that are carried by wild animals, and then when they get to us, they become infectious or dangerous. But it's mostly because our bodies are just in such
A weak
poor
immune
states.
system.
Yeah.
A weak immune system. Which if you have a strong enough immune system, Lyme disease won't be a factor.
I'm outside all the time, and
Right.
I'm always around the.
And you're always without a
deer ticks.
shirt.
I've had so many times where I'll have a deer tick on me. I'll take the deer tick off. I'll
Right.
get the bullseye.
Wow.
I mean, it's 5-6 times just in the past few years.
Wow.
And I don't get Lyme disease. It's not. We're always trying to give things a term and classify these illnesses. Now, I don't want people to watch this and get mad because they've gone through it or they know people have gone through it. And they're like, no, I know it's real because they've suffered and all this kind of stuff. And I've spent years on all these treatments and this kind of stuff. But like the more of those crazy treatments you do, those invasive treatments that have zero faith in the body itself, the harder it's going to be for your body to do its job. Because you're going to keep confusing it and tricking it, and it's just like the more...
Well, the body just reacted to the little tick, and trying to isolate from the rest of the body, and just trying to, you have inflammation, so the body just holds it in place, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sort
I know what I'm saying, but I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, you know...
I want to be funny again.
I feel like it's not as important to go through all this specific...
It's not.
This specific, like, exactly chemically what's going on, all that kind of stuff. Because the point is, if we're not perfectly healthy, if we can be honest with ourselves and say there's a long way for us to go. We're living a very deviant lifestyle in the context of nature. We're eating very poorly. You know, just our general food supply, even as part of plants, is very poor because of the way our agriculture system works. We have to figure out that's the initial problem. It's not these evil spirochete, these evil Lyme disease, these evil deer ticks that are coming to get us. If we had the strength and endurance and resilience that our body's supposed to have...
Lyme disease is not a factor.
It's just not a factor. You know, how many times have we seen people who just...
We had like David Conroy.
David came in, he's completely...
19 years of Lyme disease. He was treated every single day for... Not every single day, but 19 years. He had antibiotics for the heart. He was bedridden. 7 days later, on a 30-day program, completely went away.
Yeah. Deer don't have symptoms. Wild animals don't have symptoms. Domestic animals have symptoms. Human beings have symptoms. The symptoms is the body trying to reestablish homeostasis. It's not even the body trying to kill the spirochete or the bacteria.
Right.
It's the body trying to reestablish homeostasis within the body. And if it doesn't have the faculty, if it doesn't have the strength, if it doesn't have the whatever it takes to do that, then it's of course going to be showing as uncomfortable symptoms, as problems. And the more you treat that with herbs and all this other crap, the body has a less of a chance of being able to kind of get by its own bootstraps and handle that problem.
Let's talk in the other direction. What do you do in case you have Lyme disease? Number one, love.
Yeah, first of all, don't think about it as having Lyme disease.
Right,
as soon as you do that, it's programmed to give you fear.
That's right.
There's no such thing as Lyme disease.
Right, absolutely. You go to the doctors, you take tests, and the body says you give your power away to something else or somebody else.
Right.
Number two, species-specific diet. Big believer in mostly fruit. Fruit has mostly It's loaded with fuel, loaded with calories, which most vegetables don't have fuel, vegetables don't have calories. And medicine, in order for a body to have anything, has to meet 7 requirements.
Right.
Medicine has 0 of the 7 requirements. It has vitamins, minerals, enzymes, fiber, essential fatty acids, water, glucose, protein, in a usable state. How does the body know what to do with its medication?
It has no idea what to do with it.
Know what to do with
It's
it.
a toxic.
You're given medicine,
Poison.
and the body has to determine what to do with it.
It's a poison.
You have 90,000 miles of
But
arteries.
even more than anything else, and we talk about this all the time,
Right.
it's a nervous system disease. The number one aggravator is stress. So if you're not allowing yourself to have every bit of concentration and focus and allow time for your meditation and really kind of prioritize your life so that all these these manufactured stresses that we create for ourselves, put them on the back burner and really deal with yourself and put your healing first.
Do you have stress?
Oh, no, very rarely. I think everybody does to an extent.
I mean,
but
Matt is a guy with no stress. Matt is a guy with no money, no place to live, no bank account, no clothes on his back, no shoes, and he has no stress. That's beyond.
Well, stress is all about
Actually,
fear
you
of
have a
loss
razor.
of attachments. What's that?
You don't even have a razor.
If I did, I'd probably break it.
Actually, you don't even have a comb.
Yeah, I mean, stress is
Anybody
about,
have a comb out there?
stress is about fearing loss of something that you're attached to. If you see what's important and you structure your life around what's important, what's essential, then you don't have to worry about stress. I mean, there's different layers and levels of stress. It's more nuanced, but still, I mean, if people are getting these illnesses, especially nervous system disorders like Lyme disease becomes, you have to treat the stress level first. And I'm telling you, like when I have some of these things coming up, and if I start to feel like I'm getting enervated a little bit, just stop. I mean, that's the most important thing.
You know what I love about Matt? Matt was telling me about when he had no money. No money at all. I mean, he's not even a nickel, and he was happier than shit. Matt said, no money? Yeah. I think I'm going to not eat for how many days was it?
It was we for a couple of weeks we sort of rationed, like we had like a couple of bananas a day, we foraged for a few things, but then we found an apple tree.
Oh wow.
And we were eating apples. It was really great. But the reason I felt really good, it wasn't because I didn't have money, it was just because I was in a really good place, and and we were just really doing what we wanted to do, and we were watching everybody else around us have lots of food and lots of this stuff, but they would just freak out at the littlest things. And even people who thought that they were like relatively laid back or whatever, you'd watch them and how they acted and how they were attached
I'd be stressed to the max if I had no money.
Yeah, but you gotta trust in a sense, because people choose to fast and other people are starving. It's all about, accepting what's there or like having some sort of a control. It's a stress factor. It's an emotional factor when you don't have something.
So Lyme disease can be handled by treating with love and as a benefit to your well-being.
Yeah,
in other words.
tangent. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's about just really prioritizing.
By the way, we're at my house. All the plants around us.
Yeah.
Actually, good.
That's it, right?
Okay, anything else you want to say?
No, that's all.
Anyway, live from Arnold's way about Lyme disease. In my opinion,
From your house.
no big deal. What about your opinion?
No big deal.
There you go.